I posed the question, "Why did you choose to marry me?" To which my unfaithful wife replied, "I had no better option." In response, I sought my own form of retribution. She chose her path, and I was not a part of it. Each morning at 6 a.m., the scent of bleach mingled with shattered aspirations struck me like a harsh awakening. My name is Mark Dalton, and I repair toilets for individuals who earn in a single day what I make in an entire month. Welcome to the dazzling realm of hotel maintenance at the Rosewater, where the only thing more abundant than the pipes is the nonsense. As I plunged my hands into the depths of a clogged sink, the course of my life took an unexpected turn. It wasn't the sink that troubled me. After all, I had been grappling with far worse plumbing dilemmas for the past 15 years. It was the text message that illuminated my phone like a vibrant beacon in a desolate graveyard. Once more, I find myself burning the midnight oil. A VIP guest requires my undivided attention, so please, don't wait for me. J. Olivia, my beloved partner for 8 wonderful years. The woman who once found amusement in my foolish jokes and remained unfazed by the scent of industrial cleaner and the burdens of others that clung to me upon my return. Recently, she had been putting in numerous late shifts as a housekeeper at the Rosewater. Considerable focus is dedicated to our esteemed VIP guests. "Hey, Mark, you look like someone pissed in your cornflakes," Pete Martinez called out, maneuvering his maintenance cart down the hallway. Pete was my work partner, a man who could unearth laughter even in the somberness of a funeral, and he had been my anchor for the past 5 years. As I pondered the depths of my affection for my work, I quietly murmured to myself, tucking my phone away into my pocket. Indeed, I find great satisfaction in tidying up after those affluent individuals who believe that champagne is best enjoyed in hot tubs. Pete flashed a grin. "By the way, did you catch wind of the commotion on the 7th floor last night? What kind of drama are we talking about?" In the break room, your wife's friend Paula was animatedly sharing the news about a VIP guest who has been specifically requesting Olivia for his room service. It seems he has a generous hand when it comes to tipping. Pete's expression transformed. "Quite well. If you catch my drift." A chill took residence in the pit of my stomach. What is the implication of that? Just some idle chatter from the hotel scene, nothing more. One is aware of the way individuals converse. Yet, I was well aware of the way people conversed, and in a venue such as the Rosewater, rumors circulated with a swiftness that rivaled the spread of bedbugs. For weeks, I had been catching snippets of hushed conversations, colleagues falling silent as I approached, and significant glances traded over steaming cups in the white room. Upon returning to our modest apartment that evening, I was surprised to discover Olivia already inside, a curious contradiction to her earlier message about staying late at work. She stood in the shower, her voice rising in a melody I couldn't quite place. On the kitchen counter rested a bottle of fine wine, the sort that exceeded the cost of our monthly electric bill. "Hey, darling," she called out as soon as she heard me enter. "How did your day unfold?" "The same tiresome routine. From whence did the wine originate?" That. A guest inadvertently left it behind. You're familiar with the experience. Individuals browse and often overlook a significant portion of their belongings. I grasped the bottle, Dom Perignon. The label remained immaculate, untouched by dust, devoid of any indication of neglect. It must have been quite the guest. Olivia stepped out of the bathroom, her figure enveloped in a towel that exuded an air of luxury, its pristine fabric hinting at a recent acquisition. "Are you really complaining about complimentary champagne, Mark Dalton? I'm curious about the recent trend of wealthy individuals abandoning bottles priced at $400. Her laughter rang out, yet it carried an air of artifice. Perhaps they are finally cultivating a sense of refinement. Let us gather and revel in this moment. What is there to celebrate? Is a reason truly necessary? We sipped the champagne, entwined our bodies, and I endeavored to silence the nagging voice in my mind questioning why my wife carried the scent of a cologne that was unmistakably not my own. Yet, as the days unfolded, the voice grew increasingly insistent, compelling me to notice the details I had previously overlooked, either out of exhaustion or misplaced faith. The fresh lingerie that has made its way into our laundry hamper. Delicate, luxurious items that Olivia insisted she had possessed for ages. She had begun to carry her phone with her at all times, even into the bathroom. Her newfound enthusiasm for the night shift was particularly striking, especially when it coincided with the presence of certain VIP guests at the hotel. It was then that I stumbled upon the shoebox. As I rummaged through the bedroom closet in search of our tax documents, my hand inadvertently brushed against an object concealed behind her winter coats. A Nike shoebox, weighty and meticulously hidden. Within, I uncovered a trove of evidence that sent my stomach churning in a tight knot. Pristine luxury soaps and shampoos from the hotel, untouched and still nestled in their elegant packaging. Silverware adorned with the elegant rosewater emblem. A modest jewelry box holding a men's Rolex watch. And beneath it all, a substantial bundle of $100 bills secured by a rubber band. Yet it was the note hidden among the bills that sent tremors through my hands. For the services provided, I eagerly anticipate our next encounter. Charged that I perched on the edge of our bed, my gaze fixed on the stark reminders of my wife's infidelity, and a profound sense of fracture echoed within me. Not merely break, but shatter into fragments so sharp they could slice. This was not merely an affair. It was an act of theft, and my wife seemed to excel at it. The vibration of my phone broke the silence. Yet another piece from Olivia. Once again, the night stretches into the late hours. With a VIP guest whose demands are anything but simple, I cherish you deeply. I gazed at the message for what felt like an eternity, then meticulously returned each item to the shoebox, ensuring everything was precisely as I had discovered it. However, I captured images initially. A multitude of images. For if my wife wished to engage in games, I was ready to demonstrate how a maintenance man adeptly tackles issues that require resolution. As dawn broke, I found myself making a call to report my absence from work, a rare occurrence after 3 long years of unwavering attendance. Pete stepped in for me without a hint of inquiry. Such was the nature of his friendship. I chose to delve into my own issues rather than attempting to resolve those of others. My journey began with Paula Hendricks, Olivia's colleague and the most notorious gossip at the Rosewater. Paula was well acquainted with the secrets of the town, and whenever there was scandal to uncover, she was always prepared with her metaphorical shovel in hand. I discovered her in the staff break room, immersed in her phone while nibbling on a sandwich that wafted the scent of tuna and unfulfilled dreams. "Mark, what brings you here? Shouldn't you be busy dealing with some affluent individual's plumbing issues? Not feeling well today." "Hello, Paula. May I pose a question to you?" Her eyes sparkled with a newfound brilliance. Paula thrived on drama as plants thrive on sunlight. Of course. "Dear, what troubles your mind?" "Concerns Olivia. Whispers have circulated, and I find myself pondering whether there's a truth I ought to uncover." Paula surveyed the vacant break room, then leaned in with a sense of intrigue. "Oh, darling, you truly have no idea. Do you? Do you realize something? Concerning her and Adrian Blackwood, the man residing in the penthouse suite. For the past 3 months, he has made it a point to request Olivia for every little thing. In-room dining, cleaning services, personalized accommodations." She gestured with her fingers, forming the familiar shape of air quotes. "What sort of unique arrangements are being considered? Those events that unfold in the quiet hours of the night, where substantial sums of money exchange in the shadows. Listen, Mark, I have a fondness for you, but your wife has been engaging in a perilous endeavor. Adrian Blackwood transcends the role of a mere affluent traveler. Rumor has it he's linked to some rather dubious characters. My stomach plummeted. What exactly do you mean by shady individuals? I'm referring to those individuals who choose not to disclose their earnings to the IRS, if you understand what I mean. And Olivia has been assisting him with far more than merely arranging his pillows." Paula discreetly retrieved her phone, revealing a collection of photos she had seemingly captured in secrecy. Olivia stepped into Adrian Blackwood's suite, her large duffel bag in tow. Olivia exited the same suite 2 hours later, her hands empty of the bag. Olivia encountered Adrian Blackwood in the dimly lit hotel parking garage at the stroke of 1 in the morning. "For weeks now, I've been meticulously documenting this," Paula remarked. "It's not that I wish to cause Olivia any pain. Rather, I'm concerned about the consequences when everything inevitably unravels. Believe me, Mark, it's about to explode. What is the purpose of presenting this you are a decent man who merits more than being wed to a woman who has transformed your hotel into her own personal criminal operation. On that particular afternoon, I found myself engaging in an act I had never imagined I would undertake that I pursued my own spouse. Though Olivia's shift concluded at 4, she lingered in the hotel, reluctant to depart. She opted for the service elevator, ascending to the penthouse floor. With my maintenance key card in hand, I slipped onto the same floor and concealed myself within a supply closet, where I had an unobstructed view of the hallway. At 4:30, Adrian Blackwood stepped out from his suite. I had noticed him wandering the halls of the hotel on previous occasions that he stood tall, his silver hair gleaming, the sort of man who donned $1,000 suits and carried himself with an air of entitlement, as if the world were in his debt. He bore a briefcase in hand, his demeanor suggesting he was on his way out for the evening. Yet he chose to stay. Instead, he rapped on his own door in a deliberate rhythm. 3 brief, 2 extended, 1 brief. As Olivia swung the door open from within, I was met with an unfiltered glimpse of the transformation my wife had undergone. She donned a black dress unfamiliar to my eyes, adorned with jewelry that surely wasn't from our anniversary, and wore a smile that tightened my chest with longing. She appeared both stunning and perilous, embodying the essence of a total enigma. "Have you managed to gather all the items from the list?" Adrian Blackwood inquired, his voice resonating through the vacant corridor. Not a single item caught the attention of the Hendersons, nor did they realize that their watch had vanished into thin air. I substituted it with a convincing imitation. "They will remain oblivious to the distinction until the moment they attempt to sell it." "What about the Johnsons in the presidential suite?" "Their jewelry has been duly cataloged on the website. We can expect to have buyers by tomorrow." With a deliberate motion, Adrian Blackwood extended the briefcase towards her. "You have been excluded from the sales of the previous week. You're evolving into quite the business visionary, my dear." It was at that moment that Olivia's gaze fell upon me that it was the supply closet door that caught her attention, having seemingly swung ajar while I was straining to catch the nuances of their conversation. As our gazes locked in the corridor, the world around us seemed to freeze in that fleeting instant. With a forceful motion, she brought Adrian Blackwood's door to a close, and through the thick wood, I caught the sound of hurried whispers emanating from within the suite. I chose not to linger and discover what unfolded thereafter. I descended the stairs to the lobby, my heart racing with such intensity that I feared it might explode. My wife was involved in something far beyond a mere affair. She orchestrated a theft ring from the very hotel where we both toiled. She pilfered from guests, substituting their treasures with replicas, and then peddled the genuine articles online. In that moment, she understood that I was aware of her awareness. A message chimed through on my phone. "It is essential that we have a conversation. Join me at home in an hour. Kindly refrain from making any unwise decisions, Jay." I gazed at the message, a laugh escaping my lips, yet the humor eluded me. "Please refrain from making any unwise decisions." "Madam, I was merely beginning my endeavor. However, I had to collect additional evidence first. For if Olivia believed she could charm her way out of this predicament, she was in for a rude awakening. 15 years spent untangling the issues of others had imparted valuable lessons on deconstructing complexities that I chose not to return home. Instead, I made my way to my sister Melissa's residence on the other side of town. Melissa, a paralegal at a law firm, was as sharp as a razor, and she had never held a fondness for Olivia. She was the one person who could guide me in determining my next step. "Mark, what brings you here? You appear quite disheveled." "I'm seeking your assistance, Mel, and I require your assurance that you won't utter the words, 'I told you so.'" She filled my glass with beer and listened intently, allowing me to unfold the entirety of my findings without a single interruption. Upon my completion, she reclined in her chair and let out a whistle. "Goodness gracious, Mark, your wife is engaging in infidelity. She orchestrates a cunning and intricate scheme of theft. This Adrian Blackwood fellow is likely employing the hotel as a facade for his illicit merchandise. What course of action should I take? It is imperative that you notify the authorities and initiate divorce proceedings. It is essential to meticulously record every detail prior to taking any action. These individuals seem perilous. I have already captured images of the items within the shoebox. That's merely the beginning. There's much more to be done. Documents detailing financial transactions, correspondence among the parties involved, and proof of the larcenies. Mark, caution is essential for you. If this Adrian Blackwood fellow truly possesses criminal ties, he certainly won't appreciate being brought to light. I found myself at Melissa's for the night, choosing to overlook the mounting urgency in Olivia's texts. As dawn broke, a plan had begun to take shape in my mind. I arrived at work ahead of schedule and delved into the hotel's security system. In my role as maintenance supervisor, I possessed the authority to examine footage for the sake of safety. The discovery sent a shiver through me, tightening my grip and setting my teeth on edge. For weeks, the camera captured Olivia as she slipped into guest rooms during her shifts, lingering for unsettling stretches of time before emerging with her cumbersome cleaning carts. Scenes capturing her encounter with Adrian Blackwood in the hotel's hidden corners. Images capturing their moments together, unmistakably revealing the essence of their bond. However, the most incriminating footage emerged from 3 nights prior. In the dimly lit business center of the hotel at 2 a.m., Olivia and Adrian Blackwood were captured in a clandestine act, photographing items that bore an uncanny resemblance to the jewelry I had discovered tucked away in our closet. They proceeded to post listings on what seemed to be auction websites, shrouded in secrecy. I transferred all the files to a secure drive, then returned home to confront my wife. Olivia lingered in our living room, the black dress from the previous night clinging to her as if time had paused. She appeared as though sleep had eluded her, and her eyes were tinged with red from the tears she had shed. Mark, kindly take a seat. I have the ability to elucidate all matters. Are you able to? From my vantage point, it appears that you have been pilfering from hotel patrons and consorting with your friends. She recoiled as if I had struck her. It's not as it appears, Is that so? Could you clarify what I might be thinking? I'm quite certain I witnessed you and Adrian Blackwood engaged in a conversation about substituting stolen watches with replicas. We were in dire need of the funds, Mark. It's clear that we've faced our share of challenges. Dear Bees, we've been managing quite well. This transcends mere financial concerns. This speaks to your desire for something greater than what we currently share, seemingly indifferent to the pain it may cause others in your pursuit. Olivia began to weep, the sort of tears that once stirred a deep urge within me to embrace her and assure her that all would be well. However, they have succeeded in igniting my anger. My heart belongs to you. My affection for you has been unwavering through the years. Adrian Blackwood holds no significance for me. He is merely a matter of commerce. Enterprise? Is that what you consider a business arrangement, sleeping with him? It isn't quite that way. I retrieved my phone and presented the security footage to her. Her complexion drained of color as she witnessed the moment of intimacy between herself and Adrian Blackwood in the dimly lit hotel parking garage. Is it merely business as usual? Mark, I implore you, let us navigate this together. I will conclude my journey with Adrian Blackwood. I will cease the other activities. We have the opportunity to begin anew. Shall we begin anew? Olivia, for months now, you have been navigating 2 distinct worlds. You have taken from others, deceived me, and betrayed another man. What precisely are we meant to begin anew with? She sank to her knees before me, clasping my hands tightly. Kindly, I ask you to stay with me. I am willing to go to any lengths. I will set this straight. As I gazed down at her, an unfamiliar sensation washed over me, one I had never experienced in our marriage, an overwhelming sense of revulsion, not only for her actions, but for believing I was foolish enough to be deceived by her performance. Do you wish to set this straight? This is the way to set things straight. Your assistance will be crucial in bringing down Adrian Blackwood. She gazed at me, bewilderment taking the place of her tears. Excuse me? I trust my words have reached you. You found yourself in this predicament by selecting him instead of me. Now you will assist me in escaping this situation by selecting me instead of him. Mark, you fail to grasp the situation. Adrian Blackwood is not a person to be trifled with. He has individuals who inflicts pain on those who cross their path. Well, would you believe it, Olivia? I find myself already wounded. your boyfriend, and you ensured that was the case. Now we shall reciprocate the kindness. I liberated my hands and rose to my feet. A decision lies before you. I need your assistance in taking Adrian Blackwood down, or I will have no choice but to report everything I've uncovered to the authorities. Your small-scale operation in the shadows has come to an end. Yet, if you lend me your hand, perhaps, just perhaps, we can uncover whether there remains anything in our marriage that is worth preserving. Olivia fixed her gaze on me, her eyes narrowing as she weighed her choices in silence. At last, she gave a nod of agreement. What would you like me to do? To begin with, you will share every detail with me. Each act of theft, every transaction, every intricate detail of how this operation unfolds. Then, you will assist me in orchestrating a downfall for Adrian Blackwood that guarantees he will never disturb anyone in this city again. And then, we shall discover if I can ever gaze upon you again without feeling a wave of nausea. It was unforgiving, yet it bore the truth. As I observed my wife come to the painful understanding that her tears and apologies would not mend the rift between us, a long-buried emotion stirred within me, one I hadn't experienced in months. That I felt as though I had reclaimed the reins of my existence. In the span of 3 days, Olivia revealed it all to me. Initially, the theft ring began as a modest operation. Adrian Blackwood had observed her during his initial visit to the hotel and approached her not merely for intimacy, but for insights regarding affluent patrons. He had persuaded her that the affluent would hardly notice the absence of a few possessions, particularly if they were substituted with skillfully crafted replicas. What began with the petty theft of soap and towels has now spiraled into the realm of jewelry, watches, and electronics. Adrian Blackwood maintained a network of buyers nationwide, while the affluent patrons of Rosewater ensured a continuous flow of potential targets. Olivia's familiarity with the guest rooms and her insight into their schedules positioned her as the ideal insider. He made it sound so easy, she lamented, her head resting in her hands as she sat at our kitchen table. At a modest sum, one that wouldn't cause harm to anyone. What is the amount of money we are discussing? In the last half year, approximately $40,000. I received a cut of around 15, and I found myself staring at her. $15,000. Where on earth is it? Adrian Blackwood established a concealed presence within the accounts. He insisted it was wiser that way, that we couldn't afford to have significant sums of cash lying about. Undoubtedly, Adrian Blackwood had wielded power over the finances, thereby exerting influence over Olivia. She had been as much a casualty of his actions as she had been his accomplice, yet I found myself unwilling to extend forgiveness her way just yet. What is his true name? Adrian Blackwood comes across as utterly contrived. His true name remains a mystery to me. He consistently settled every bill in cash, employing counterfeit IDs for the hotel check-in. Yet, I am aware that he possesses a residence beyond the city's confines, and I sense he is orchestrating something monumental. What sort of large? A charity gala is set to unfold at the hotel next weekend. The city's elite will gather, adorned in their finest jewelry and clutching luxurious purses. Adrian Blackwood aims to explore various rooms while the festivities unfold at the party. So, you found yourself in agreement with this? Olivia gazed up at me, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. I had every intention of declining. Once you discovered us, I had every intention of expressing my desire to leave. However, Mark is not the type of individual who allows others to simply drift away. And at that moment, I realized we were entangled in something far more profound than I had ever imagined. This was more than merely uncovering the infidelity of a wife and her lover. This was a matter of halting a criminal who perceived my wife as nothing more than a disposable asset. Yet, it presented itself as an opportunity. I outlined our plan to her, saying, "This is what we're going to do. You will inform Adrian Blackwood that you are committed to the gala job. Rather than assisting him in his thievery, you will aid me in ensuring he is apprehended during the act. Mark, I must insist that you reconsider. You fail to grasp the true extent of his danger. Please assist me in gaining clarity. At this moment, I stand at a crossroads. I can either approach the police with the knowledge I possess, placing my trust in their ability to safeguard us, or I can take matters into my own hands, ensuring that Adrian Blackwood is silenced for good." Olivia remained silent for an extended period. At last, she gave a nod of agreement. What is it that you require from me? Initially, I require you to behave normally in Adrian Blackwood's presence. Keep him in the dark about any alterations. Next, I require specifics regarding the gala position. When and where he intends to carry out his plans, and the method he will employ. Lastly, I ask for your trust in me. Do you still hold love for me, Mark? I gazed at my wife, truly gazed, and sought to uncover the essence of the woman I had pledged my life to 8 years prior. She remained, ensconced beneath the weight of deceit and poor choices, yet she was undeniably present. I'm not certain, I admitted candidly, but I'm eager to discover the answer if you assist me in resolving this. With the dawn of a new day, I approached my work infused with a revitalized sense of purpose. 4 days lay before me, a canvas upon which I would craft Adrian Blackwood's spectacular downfall. Pete sensed the shift in my mood right away. You appear to be a man driven by purpose, something along those lines. Hey, do you still keep in touch with that friend employed in security at the mayor's office? Tony, indeed. What is the reason behind this? I may require a significant favor. Does this relate to the whispers surrounding your wife? I paused my tasks and turned my gaze toward Pete. What whispers linger in the air? Let's go, Mark. Half the staff is aware that there's something brewing between Olivia and that VIP guest. Your other half believes you are far too good a person to endure the nonsense she is subjecting you to. What are your thoughts on this? Pete wore a broad smile. It seems that Adrian Blackwood has chosen the wrong maintenance man's wife to entangle himself with. That afternoon, I set the initial stage of my scheme into action. With my access to the hotel systems, I meticulously crafted a comprehensive map of Adrian Blackwood's movements, preferences, and schedule. I pinpointed the security cameras monitoring his regular paths and discerned their areas of vulnerability. However, the most significant change was that I began to forge connections with individuals I had previously overlooked. Weary hotel security guards, worn down by the demands of entitled guests, housekeeping staff whispering about the tales of Olivia and Adrian Blackwood, and even kitchen workers summoned to deliver peculiar room service at unusual hours. It became evident that many at the Rosewater had been observing Adrian Blackwood, and their impressions were far from favorable. By Thursday, I had gathered all the essentials: a well-crafted plan, loyal allies, and a wife who had at last made the decision to stand with us in this pivotal moment. Adrian Blackwood stood on the precipice of the unknown, blissfully unaware of the storm that loomed on the horizon. The charity gala unfolded in the opulent Rosewater Ballroom, a dazzling affair that united the city's distinguished figures in a noble quest to fundraise for children's hospitals. The irony was not lost on me as we prepared to unveil a theft ring at an event meant to aid sick children. Adrian Blackwood had provided Olivia with comprehensive guidance. In the midst of the cocktail hour, she would deftly employ her master key to gain entry into select guest rooms, capturing images of prized possessions within. Later, as the others gathered around the dinner table, she would slip away to execute her plan, stealthily swapping the genuine items for the replicas that Adrian Blackwood had supplied. Unbeknownst to Adrian Blackwood, I had devoted the week to orchestrating a surprise of an entirely different nature. The evening unfolded flawlessly from his viewpoint. Olivia embodied her character with precision, portraying a blend of anxiety and unwavering dedication to the scheme. She even donned a wire, not for the authorities but for my benefit, allowing me to eavesdrop on their conversations and orchestrate my reaction. As the clock struck 7 p.m., the guests reveled in their cocktails, engaging in light-hearted conversations about their philanthropic endeavors, while Olivia commenced her rounds. Yet, rather than capturing images of objects to pilfer, she was documenting proof of Adrian Blackwood's past larcenies. Objects within his suite that corresponded with the insurance claims I had discovered online. Imitation jewelry that can be linked to particular victims. As the clock struck 8 p.m., Adrian Blackwood took his decisive step. He departed the gala, claiming to take a phone call, and made his way to his suite to ready himself for the evening's events. What he discovered instead was me, poised in his living room, encircled by all the treasures he'd pilfered over the preceding 6 months. Greetings, Adrian Blackwood. Or perhaps I should refer to you as Vincent Kowalski. Is that truly your name? The one from the worn-out streets of Chicago? He stood motionless in the doorway, his hand reaching out instinctively for the fabric of his jacket. Yet I was prepared for it. I would advise against it if I were in your position. Being a maintenance guy teaches you the art of problem solving. Vincent, you present a challenge that requires resolution. Where has Olivia gone? She's down below, fulfilling her role just as you instructed her. Now, she plays it for me. Adrian Blackwood's face transformed, revealing a cascade of emotions. Unexpectedness, fury, deliberation. At last, he embraced the counterfeit allure that had likely propelled him through the journey of existence thus far. Listen, Mark, is that correct? We can come to an arrangement. There is ample wealth here for each and every one of us. Do you believe this revolves around finances? All that matters is wealth. Not all things. Certain matters revolve around the essence of respect. Certain matters revolve around trust. Some matters revolve around ensuring that those who inflict harm on the innocent face the consequences of their actions. I rose from my seat and approached the window, which framed an exquisite panorama of the ballroom beneath me. The gala unfolded in a vibrant display of elegance and excitement. Scores of elegantly dressed individuals mingled, blissfully oblivious to the unfolding drama that transpired just above. Allow me to outline the forthcoming events. Vincent.in approximately 10 minutes. Hotel security will be alerted to an anonymous tip regarding some questionable happenings in your suite. Upon their arrival, they will uncover all the pilfered goods you have been harboring, accompanied by meticulous records of your transactions and incriminating evidence that ties you to comparable heists in 3 additional cities. Nothing can be substantiated. I retrieved my phone and displayed images of all that I had uncovered, accompanied by screenshots of the online auction accounts he had been utilizing to peddle his ill-gotten wares. I can substantiate all claims, yet there's a caveat. I'm not going to, Adrian Blackwood said, a look of confusion crossing his face. What is this? I refuse to hand this evidence over to the authorities. I am about to embark on a far more sinister endeavor. I will ensure that every attendee at this gala is fully aware of the true nature of your character. Before he had the chance to reply, I engaged the hotel's public address system, a privilege granted by my master access to all the building systems. My voice resonated through the ballroom beneath, distinct and powerful. Esteemed guests, I must express my sincerest apologies for this unforeseen interruption. My name is Mark Dalton, and I am part of the maintenance team here at the Rosewater. I have a significant announcement regarding one of our esteemed guests. Beyond the glass, a sea of faces turned, their expressions a tapestry of bewilderment. The hotel staff bustled about, their expressions a mix of confusion and urgency as they sought the source of the unexpected announcement. For the last half-year, a man who goes by the name Adrian Blackwood has taken residence in our penthouse suite. Throughout that period, he has been methodically pilfering from hotel patrons, substituting their cherished belongings with replicas. If you have recently visited the Rosewater and observed that a piece of jewelry appears off, or a watch feels amiss, there is indeed an explanation for that. The ballroom was filled with a cacophony of astonished whispers. I observed individuals inspecting their jewelry, retrieving their phones to contact their insurance providers. Mr. St. James, known in the world as Vincent Kowalski, presently resides in Suite 1247. Hotel security is en route to apprehend him, ensuring that all stolen items will be restored to their rightful owners. I extend my sincerest apologies on behalf of the Rosewater for this breach of your trust. I switched off the PA system and glanced at Adrian Blackwood, whose complexion had drained of color. I declared to him, "You are done, not only in this place, but in every corner of the world. I have already reached out to the FBI regarding your clandestine interstate activities. I have informed the hotels in Chicago, Miami, and Las Vegas regarding the similar scams you executed there. I have ensured that your visage and true identity will be prominently featured in the news by tomorrow morning. You have no idea what you've unleashed," Adrian Blackwood growled. "I have friends who will follow in the footsteps of a hotel maintenance worker. Proceed if you wish, but bear in mind that I have dedicated the past week to meticulously recording every detail of your operation, along with the activities of your associates. Let them come. I shall incorporate them into the dossier of evidence." The echo of footsteps reverberated through the hallway, heralding the approach of hotel security, soon accompanied by what cast a glance at the door before turning his gaze back to me. What is the situation with Olivia? What of her? Perhaps she shares my guilt, or so it seems. Yet, she is my wife and she is collaborating with the investigation. You, however, are embarking on this journey solo. The door swung wide, revealing Adrian Blackwood, also known as Vincent Kowalski, at last confronting the repercussions of his choices as the police escorted him away in handcuffs. A wave of satisfaction washed over me, a sensation I hadn't experienced in months. Yet, the night had more to reveal. I was still confronted with the throng below, the hotel staff, and, above all, my wife. In the lobby, I spotted Olivia, encircled by a cadre of police officers and FBI agents diligently recording her statement. Upon catching sight of me, she detached herself from the gathering and hurried towards my direction. Mark, I deeply regret all that has transpired. I understand. Will you ever find it in your heart to forgive me? I gazed at my wife, truly gazed, and discovered something I hadn't noticed in months. The woman I had once fallen deeply in love with. Fear gripped her. A deep sense of shame washed over her. Yet for the first time since this chaos began, she found herself embracing an unvarnished honesty. I'm not certain, I replied, but I'm open to giving it a shot. The lead FBI agent approached us with purpose. Greetings, Mr. Dalton. I am Agent Sarah Chundot. I appreciate your cooperation, but we will require comprehensive statements from both of you. Vincent Kowalski has captured our attention for the past 2 years. Your evidence was crucial. Without it, constructing a case against him would have been impossible. What unfolds next? Kowalski faces federal charges across 4 states. He is set to depart for an extended period. Your wife's cooperation has proven to be truly invaluable. The prosecutor will weigh that carefully. After 3 long hours, Olivia and I found ourselves finally alone in our apartment. We sank into the couch, weary and emotionally spent, grappling with the uncertainty of what lay ahead. Do you genuinely believe we can navigate our way through this? She inquired. We can certainly give it a go, but I must say, Olivia, things will not be the same. It's impossible for me to act as if this never occurred. I understand, and I don't anticipate that you will. I long for the opportunity to demonstrate that I remain the woman you chose to marry. Then demonstrate it, day after day, for as long as necessary. She nodded, her tears cascading down her cheeks. I assure you. Half a year later, Vincent Kowalski received a sentence of 12 years in federal prison. The Rosewater has put in place enhanced security protocols and extended compensation to all guests impacted. Olivia and I embarked on a journey of marriage counseling, taking measured steps to gradually mend the fabric of our relationship. The journey was far from simple. Once trust is shattered, it doesn't mend in an instant. Yet, our mutual dedication to rebuilding it proved to be the pivotal factor. I continued my work in maintenance at the Rosewater, diligently addressing issues and ensuring everything operated seamlessly. For that is my craft. I mend what is shattered. T times, with patience, diligence, and a readiness to invest effort, you can restore them to a state even more remarkable than their original form.